How do you sell an online course in 2025? In this video, I'm going to show you how since 2016, we have sold over $25 million in online courses and how we are still selling multi-six figures per month almost 10 years later. What separates the course creators who are dying off and making videos about how courses are dead from the ones like myself who haven't missed a beat in a decade. This video presents what I call the 5 core pillars essential for any online education business. These pillars powered our very first online course and continue to underpin every coaching program, membership, community, course, or digital product we develop. I'm going to show you the biggest shifts that have happened since 2016 and how the distribution of focus for each pillar has changed drastically. But first, let's address perhaps the most preposterous arguments I've been hearing for literally 10 years. This is not a new argument, and you will likely hear this as a course creator for perhaps the next 100 years, and it's that online courses are dead, or online courses are oversaturated. The ship has come and gone, you've missed it. It's just not the same, it's never going to be the same, don't even try. Now, I'm bringing this up before I dive into the 5 pillars because even OG course creators like Pat Flynn, who I looked up to in this space, that scare up-and-coming course creators like this one in my community. And I wholeheartedly disagree with the conclusions many of these creators make, mostly because a full decade later, how are we still doing this as well as we are? And the data, the projections of where the e-education and online space is going still baffle me. Now, just to give you some very quick fire rapid numbers here. First, education globally is a $10 trillion industry. Within that, higher education accounts for $900 billion of that pie. E-learning, as of 2025, accounts for $350 billion of that pie. Now, here's what's so laughable. In 2016, again, when everybody, even then, was telling us, dude, online courses are dead. It's oversaturated. You've missed the boat. People aren't buying them like they used to in 2012 or 2013, etc. Again, these were truly the arguments people were telling us in 2016 and almost stopped us from launching an online course. But as you can see, e-learning in 2016 made up for only $100 billion of that $10 trillion pie. And boy, would we have missed out on this ginormous growth curve that happened over the next 10 years had we fell victim to that pathetic argument of online courses are dead. Some more data for you. Formal education, college, is shrinking by 3% per year, while simultaneously the e-learning space is growing by 20% per year. Put that on a graph, it looks like this. And as you can see, we have yet to hit that crossover point where e-learning starts to overtake the formal education and higher education markets, which is huge. This projection alone is the exact reason why I tell people, look, people were saying this in 2016, they're saying it still in 2025, and yet this is what the projections are for the next 10 to 15 years, minimum. What's happening right now is that $10 trillion pie is shifting hands at a rapid pace. As less and less people go to colleges and other formal higher education to get their education, something has to take place, and what is it? It is e-education. It is online courses that people are turning towards and realizing, you know what? I can get the same, if not very similar results and credentials and expertise in 3 to 6 months instead of 4 to 6 years, and I can get it at 1/20th of the cost, sometimes 1/100th of the cost, by joining online courses, coaching programs, memberships, and more. So again, to say that online courses are dying or they're dead is preposterous because it's like saying education is dying, and education has been valuable for thousands of years and always will be. It's not going anywhere. The number of people wanting that education isn't changing. The amount of value people see in education is not changing. What does change is the vehicle in which the education is delivered in. 300 years ago, pre-college, people got education from just hard skills. They'd go out and they'd plumb if they want to learn how to plumb. They'd chop down trees if they want to learn how to trees. It was learning in the home and just real life application. The last 100 years, my parents, your parents, they all got their education from college. It was the only way to get education. The next 100 years, people are going to get their education digitally. It is my strong belief college in almost its entire form is going to become obsolete. Those who innovate and ride the wave of change are the ones who get ahead and can cash in on that and make the most money. Those who refuse to change and don't understand what is valuable in 2025 are the ones who are going to get left behind, and the same ones who are going to claim that online courses are dying. Their courses probably are dying, and here's why. Let's now get into what has changed since our first online course launched back in 2016. And to illustrate that, you have to understand that in 2025, you must build upon 5 core pillars. And in my opinion, the reason why creators like Pat Flynn are seeing such massive drop-offs in the success of their courses is they're almost entirely neglecting pillars number 4 and 5. But with that, let's jump into the first pillar that you must build your online education business upon, and that pillar pillar is education. This is the most obvious one right here. Education is the foundational element of an online course. This is the how-to. Now, obviously we are selling online courses, right? And so education is what I refer to as the keystone of your entire product as a whole. If you look at an arch, the middle part is a keystone. If you take that keystone out, the rest of the arch crumbles. In the same sense, education is the foundation upon which the rest of your whole business and your product and offer as a whole is built upon. However, there are some large misconceptions about this education piece. Many people think that I'm going to film 10 hours of content, flip on my camera, I'm going to give it a course name, I'm going to slap a price tag on it, and boom, I am a course creator, I'm selling videos. That's what it is, right? I'm just recording videos. I'm going to then sell those videos. It's called the course. People consume it. It's education. That is not and never has been what an online course is. And let me make something clear here. You could get away with that back in 2016, even 2020. Just because you could get away with filming a bunch of videos, kind of sloppily put together, maybe disorganized, etc., slap a price tag on it and sell it, doesn't mean you should have been selling courses that way. And if you were, your course right now is struggling to sell. We, on the other hand, for over 10 years now, have been crushing it in online courses because we applied all 5 pillars I'm going to talk about in some minutes. But yes, education inherently is in video form, sometimes is in audio form, sometimes in written form, but it is the how-to. However you want to get that across, by far the most effective way to do that is with video for the most part, but that is education. Our first course, Full-Time Filmmaker, looks like this. This is the educational piece. We have multiple different mini courses. We teach everything from cinematography to editing, the equipment to buy, how to film different types of videos like weddings and real estate, photo, how to master your audio. This is all the education. It's the how-to. For Course Creator Pro, we teach the start to finish guide on how to create, market, and sell an online course, from Facebook ads to YouTube ads, the marketing, the advertising, the R&D, everything in between. Your student comes in here, they watch some education. These are all videos. This is the education piece. Now, here's a common objection, and one that actually Pat Flynn raised in his video. He says, course completion rates are abysmal. And that's another reason why courses are dying. And this is such an interesting argument to me because course creation rates have been abysmal for years. From the second we first launched an online course until now, they really haven't ever changed. This to me is more of a human problem and not an online course problem. A perfect example of this, right? In the US, 30% of college goers drop out in the first year. 10% don't finish on time and their college experience ends up going years and years longer. So if people are willing to invest 6 figures over 4 years or more to get a degree, and 40% of them either don't finish or finish late, yes, an online course that someone paid $1,000 for is probably going to have plenty of abysmal completion rates, just like college completion rates are abysmal too. What I found of selling courses in the last 8 to 10 years is this does not matter. Completion rates have never really mattered, especially when you apply the other 4 pillars that actually make up a real online course and online education business. So how has pillar 1 changed from 2016 to 2025? I would say in 2016, pillar number 1 being education used to account for, I would say, 60% of the overall customer experience and the overall offer that we as the creators are making. In 2025, this has been the biggest shift in those 10 years. It has dropped down all the way to 15%. So that is pillar number 1, education. It's the most obvious thing that everyone thinks about when they say online courses. They think I'm just filming videos, I'm slapping a price on it and selling it. It has never been that. It should not have been that. And if it is, you've been in trouble or you're in trouble now until you start applying the other 4 pillars, which moving into pillar number 2, we have structure. First, what is structure? Structure is the backbone that organizes and directs the educational content, providing a clear path for customers to follow. Structure, put simply, facilitates effort, right? It helps you to focus and guide the effort. Where should it be going to help people get a result as fast and as organized as humanly possible? Structure differentiates a well-curated course from the scattered information available on platforms like YouTube, which, by the way, happens to be one of the biggest objections customers will have when buying online courses. For years, people have always asked us, what's the difference between your course and just free YouTube content? What's the big deal? And one of the biggest differentiators is structure. You do not get structure on YouTube. If you want to go and sift through thousands of YouTube videos, put together your own curriculum yourself between hundreds of different channels, more power to you. If you want to save that time, people are willing to pay money even just for the curation and the organization of that content. And it's for that same reason that poorly structured courses that are lazily put together, people sit in front of a webcam, click record, and just brain dump for 15 hours and then call it an online course, are going to get high refund rates, really bad student results, and it really is no better than YouTube because it's just out of control. It wasn't well thought through. It's not well structure. So what does good structure look like in practice? Let me give some examples here. Perhaps the most obvious form of structure is your curriculum. And yes, there are such things as really sloppy, poor-made curriculums and really well-made curriculums. Curriculums are the step-by-step start-to-finish guide where you as the creator have already pre-thought of every chronological step that someone has to take to get the end results. This is our curriculum for Course Creator Pro. Every single video in here, every module, every subcategory is well thought out in advance to reduce the amount of jumping around and gaps of information in the content itself. This here is yet another perfect example of really good structure. We create checklists that tell you exactly what to do and what time frame it needs to be done, broken into milestones so you can keep track of your progress, know how close you are to finishing and getting close to your final milestone, which should be the main end outcome that we as the creator are teaching people to accomplish. Do you see how well thought out this is? Do you see how structured this is? This takes time. This takes a lot of effort for us as the creator to put together, and I can't tell you how many programs or memberships or courses I've bought that lacked this structure. One more example of really good structure. We have a 90-minute bootcamp. Again, instead of just giving you a bunch of videos and teaching you how to use our software, Course Creator 360, we give you a 14-video bootcamp that takes 90 minutes to complete. Every single one of these videos has a checklist with the action point that you have to take from that video, micro tutorials within that if you need it. It's very step-by-step. We move on to the next one. Step 1 has been very well thought out of why it's step 1 and not step 15 or 14 or 12. That, folks, is structure. And again, I've bought courses that cost me $3,000, $4,000 plus, and they had terrible structure, and it left me feeling like, man, I could have gotten this content a lot quicker, a lot more effectively elsewhere, or just for free on YouTube. So if you do pillar number 2 wrong, it significantly impacts the quality of your product as a whole, and it's going to affect your students' abilities to get the end result as quickly and most efficiently as possible. Structure creates a smooth, well-organized, and chronological experience with no gaps in that information. It facilitates effort, gives direction to the effort, ensuring that the customers know what to do, when to do it, and how to do it effectively. Now, 2016 compared to 2025, what is the difference? I would say that structure made up about 10% of the overall online course business. Now in 2025, I'd say that's bumped up double to 20%. Why? There's more information now than ever before. We live in the information age. There's an overload of information. More information necessitates a far better guide, a far better direction in this excessively distraction-filled environment that we live in. So that is pillar number 2, structure. Let's move on now to pillar number 3, which is support and community. This is direct support from you or your team, ensuring that customers can overcome obstacles and achieve their goals. A strong community or strong support systems leverage peer supports to provide answers, share experiences, and foster a sense of belonging. Now, again, real life examples. How did we deploy support and community in every single one of our multi-7 and even 8-figure ventures and online course businesses? Couple big ones. Number 1, Q&A sessions. Once a month over at Time Filmmaker, we would go live to our entire community. We'd give them a coaching session, answer questions for about 2 hours. Here at Course Creator 360, as a part of our subscription, I offer bi-monthly coaching calls where twice a month with myself, over 150 people join that call. We give 30 minutes of just training and education on the most up-to-date tactics, strategies, marketing efforts that work right now in 2025, followed by a full hour of Q&A from everyone collectively. This looks like private online exclusive groups. Where you host that online group does not matter nearly as much as just having the group. Facebook, Slack, Discord, Circle, Mighty Networks, School.com, which has become popular over the last little bit, or our very own Course Creator 360 platform, which looks almost identical to School.com in both function and in aesthetic. We've also done in-person job shadows or events for Time Filmmaker, where people could come to an actual filming of some sort of event, a music video of some sort. They could watch how we're filming those videos, how we edit those videos. You see people like ClickFunnels throw these ginormous big events in person. These can also be more private, kind of tighter knit communities and masterminds with 20 to 30 people. This can be 24/7 chat support inside of your platform. Support and community has always and will always be a huge part of your online education business. In almost every single one of our businesses we've launched over the last couple of years, it's always interesting to me to see that people will oftentimes say the community, the support alone, is more valuable than the actual education itself. It's more valuable than everything else you've given me. The community is what I rely on. I've made connections. I've gotten help there. I've had unlocks in my head. The list goes on and on. People have always valued community and support. And it's for that reason that in 2016, I would say that support and community made up about 20% of the experience and the offer as a whole. In 2025, I would keep it unchanged also at 20%. I do not think people value this more or less than they did 10 years ago. And it's also why I kind of have some beef with like platforms like School.com. You know, I love Alex Hormozi. I love the content he puts out, but he makes School.com seem like it's this brand new thing. You know, communities, they're brand brand new. Gamification, it's never been done before. This is the whole secret to launching a business, and it could not be further from the truth. We've been doing that for 10 years. There's nothing special about school.com or the concepts behind a community. Hormozy and Sam Ovens are incredible marketers, and so they're packaging it as if it's this brand new opportunity, when in reality, nothing has changed from an implementation standpoint. It is always made up about 20% of your online course business, and always will. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is the third pillar of an online course. I would say for the most part, most of you are doing those three pillars pretty well. Again, I think there's a lot of room for the education piece to improve, making higher quality contents, right? Down to the way that you film your content, how it's edited to make it far more effective and efficient. I think some of you can improve on the structure side. Some of you have the sloppiest courses that are super disorganized, out of control. You kind of lazily put it together and it's now affecting the end user's experience. I'd say some of you could do a better job to have better community, better support from you or yourself, doing Q&As, hopping on occasional coaching calls, making a far more engaged community, whatever it is. But for the most part, I'd say you guys have those three pillars down. Pillars number 4 and 5 is where the biggest changes have happened since 2016. So what is pillar number 4? Pillar number 4 is what I call done for you elements, or DFY for short. So what is it done for you elements? Done for you elements are anything. They're resources, they're tools or services that reduce or eliminate three things: time, money, and efforts. Put another way, think of structure, pillar number 2, as a way to facilitate effort. It directs and organizes the efforts. Done for you elements reduce or eliminate that effort. Far more valuable. Pillar number 1, or education, in a lot of ways is homework. I mean, think about it. Online courses are literally videos. It's you have to watch it. So to get the value, you have to invest your effort, right? Sometimes courses, if you've designed them poorly, are 20 hours long. Super long, kind of bloated. Well, that's a lot of energy. That's a lot of time I have to make, a lot of effort that may even kind of cost me some money because I'm burning my time. So ironically, like courses, pillar number 1, education side of things, is meant to help us save money, time, and effort, and it may do all those things, but to get it, we have to invest money, time, and effort. And that's the whole irony behind education and why pillar number 1 by itself is not enough to be an online course, and it's certainly not enough for you to succeed in 2025. Now, done for you elements can be kind of hard to understand unless I give you some real life practical examples of how this actually applies in the real world. So I'm gonna give you 2 examples. The first example is gonna be in my business and how we use it, and then second, I'll make up a random example to show you and illustrate that done for you elements can be applied to any and all businesses. It does not have to be a business opportunity offer like I have. Yes, I help other people to create a business, to make money, etc. And people often say, well, it's easy for you, Stockton, to make done for you elements because you can make templates and things really easily. But as you'll see in a minute, it truly applies to anybody, any niche out there, whether it's piano teaching, underwater basket weaving, or dating coaching. It does not matter what the niche is. Anybody and everybody needs to and should be implementing these done for you elements in their offers. So in 2019, we launched Course Creator Pro. We had sold over $25 million of our online courses through Time Filmmaker. After having done that, people asked us, how did you do that? So we built an online course, right? Pillar number 1, we filmed a whole bunch of content and we would teach people how to build a funnel, how to write an email sequence, how to build a curriculum for their course, how to do the market research, how to film really pretty videos like this one you're seeing now. It was how to, right? The video contents. Now that was 2019, again, when you could get away with just having pillar number 1 and the education dialed in. In 2025, not only do we teach the how, but instead of just teaching you the theory, kind of the step-by-step, click-by-click of what to do, or the concept behind a funnel, we just now give you the top 50 best performing funnel templates we've used to sell over $25 million in courses that we know work. Instead of teaching you how to become a copywriting expert to write really good emails, we give you an AI tool that we've programmed with the last 10 years of selling online courses that writes the email copy for you based on your course topic while using our best performing email templates so that you know you're following a proven blueprint. Instead of teaching you how to optimize your DNS settings and all the backends technical jargon that you don't want to have to deal with, we now have a mandatory hour-long setup call. It's a done for you optimization call where we control your screen and do it all for you within 24 hours of you joining our software. Instead of teaching you how to build a curriculum that's well designed with proven education science, we built a tool that spits out an entire curriculum design with every module, lesson name, and goal that you can tweak and adjust according to what your course is until it's perfect. I am constantly thirsting and dying to create better products and done for you elements that save my customers time, money, or efforts. So much so that even just in the last month, we went a level up, and instead of giving you a website template, which we've done for many years and is valuable and does save you time, effort, money, etc., we spent thousands of dollars and months of time developing a huge AI apparatus that will write and autofill all the copy for you in that website and even the images. And this isn't some generic kind of AI garbage that I've seen from other tools. It's so good, I'd actually like for you to see it for yourself, and you can also be recipients of one of my done for you elements, my done for you tools that I give give in my program. If you want to just get a tiny taste, a little sneak peek of what our software and our program and done for you tools are capable of, click the link in the description, tell me what your course topic is and where to send that website once it's done, and see for yourself. So those are some done for you elements that I use in my business. Do you see how this is worlds more valuable, right? This is implementation. This is actually helping people to go worlds above just the education, just the structure, just the community and support. Yes, those things are valuable. For many years, you could get away with doing that. But just because you could have doesn't mean you should have been doing it. Even Time Filmmaker, our very first online course. From the very first year that we launched it, we always included done for you elements. We'd give them our Premiere Pro project files. They could go inside, plug and play, use our sound effects, use our transitions, use all of our most commonly used editing assets, and it saved them days, weeks, maybe even months of time of having to gather all those resources themselves. Again, it was done for them. This fourth pillar by itself, in my opinion, is the single biggest reason that we've been around for so long and why we continue even a decade later to have one of the strongest offers in each market and each niche that we go after. Now, let me apply this to you. Again, common objection I get, oh, it's so easy for you, Stockton. Yes, of course, you can make funnel templates and email templates, but that's because you sell a software and you teach people how to sell courses. But I'm a pianist. I'm a dating coach. I'm a speech coach. I teach people how to learn Japanese. I can't physically do those things for my customers, and therefore I surely can't make done for you elements, right? Wrong. And again, I'm not going to give hundreds of examples. I could give 15 to 20 examples for each and every one of you in your niches if I wanted to, but let me give just some examples of what done for you elements would look like for a Japanese course, for example. Surely, if I'm going to teach someone how to learn Japanese or any language for that matter, I can't implant an Elon Musk Neuralink and just download the Japanese into their brains, right? That would be the best form of done for you, but I can't do that. So what else can I create that will reduce time, money, or efforts from my customers? Here's just 3 examples I pulled out of my butts just to show you that, again, this can apply to any niche out there. I would make an AI pitch accent coach or software tool. In real time, it would analyze my speech to detect subtle pitch accent errors in Japanese words or phrases and immediately provide visual feedback in a waveform or some sort of pitch graph to show how to correct it. Again, that saves me time, that saves me money from having to hire, let's say, a native Japanese speaker, and saves me a lot of efforts. I don't have to run around wondering what's wrong with my pitch accents and my pronunciation because this tool's done it for me. Second, a custom GPT grammar and vocabulary checker. I actually speak Japanese, and this is one thing that I would have loved to have in some sort of online course, right? And this could be a custom GPT where I can speak my Japanese into my phone. It would transcribe it, and then it's going to flag every grammatical error, awkward phrasing, vocabulary misuse in real time, and then suggest corrections or more natural alternatives. Again, saving me pretty much all 3 things: time, money, and efforts. Third and last one, an auto conjugation tool and study guide. In Japanese, conjugation of verbs and stuff is super complex. What if I could just type in a word and it gives me instantly every single conjugation for past form, for present form, for negative, positive, with example sentences? So I hope you can see what a done for you element is, what it means, and how this adds so much to your course and your overall product as a whole. And it is what people are craving in 2025. They do not want more homework. It's not just more education to go through, which takes time, money, and effort from me. They want tools, they want resources, they want templates, cheat sheets, checklists, AI tools, and more that are going to reduce or eliminate entirely time, money, and efforts. Now, as you can probably tell, right, from the examples I've given you, there's kind of a spectrum of done for you elements. On the left-hand side, we have done for you tools and elements that require the most efforts or the most time or the most money. Then on the complete opposite side of the spectrum, we have done for you elements or tools that completely eliminate it, right? They require no effort, no time, or no money. So of course, not every done for you element you develop or create is going to be created equally. Some are just going to be more valuable than others. For example, on this spectrum here, I'd say there's generally 3 tiers of done for you elements. Tier 1 done for you elements are things like checklists, cheat sheets, worksheets, fact sheets, prompts, scripts, progress trackers, and guides. Going back to my checklist here for my 30-day course creator challenge, this again falls into pillar number 2 because it provides structure, but it also saves a lot of time and efforts, right? Instead of my customers having to create their own structure, I have curated all the effort they have to do. And so that, in a lot of ways, is a done for you element. This can also be worksheets, right? Things that people can download and use as they're going throughout the course contents that in some way, shape, or form save them time, money, or efforts. Then you've got these tier 2 done for you elements. These are things like plug and play templates, AI generated tools and resources, fill in the blank frameworks, curated resource bundles, pre-made swipe files, vetted freelancers or service directories. This again is where I give things like funnels and website templates, email templates. At Time Filmmaker, we actually have an entire kit where we show people the best equipment to buy for lighting, for microphones, for cameras, for lenses. We've done all the effort, right, of curating all the best stuff and we also include discounts for those. And that equals a very valuable equation, right? Not only am I saving them the effort and the time to have to go out and find all those tools and equipments, but I'm also saving money by including some discounts. Not to mention we make an affiliate kickback from those tools and resources, which is another stream of income as a course creator. And then you've got tier 3, right? This is the highest form of done for you elements where we're pretty much doing it for them. This is where you essentially are doing a service. This is more than likely an agency service, right? Which in my case, this would be me building a funnel for you, doing copywriting for you. In the filmmaking world, it's, hey, I'm going to edit the videos for you. In course creation, it's the white glove onboarding and done for you setup. Again, being done entirely for you. It doesn't just save you money, time, and efforts. We are putting our money, time, and effort, and we're doing it entirely for you. So that's the highest form of done for you elements you can offer. Generally speaking, these are almost always going to require a high ticket upsell. But at this point, you should be having a flood of thoughts and creative ideas of, you know what? Now that I think about it, there's a lot of done for you tools, resources that I can create and put into my course that's going to help people to implement and get results that reduce or eliminate time, money, and efforts. That is the goal in 2025. This is the biggest shift that has happened from 2016. So much so that I would say done for you elements in 2016 only used to make up about 5% of the battle. Again, for us personally though, it made up about 15% of our offer because we were kind of ahead of the curve. And I feel like we understood this a lot better than most people do now. But in 2025, it is not an option. This is now 35% of your products and of an online education business. This is the biggest thing that has changed that people are looking for. And the programs, the communities, the memberships, the courses that include done for you elements and do them well are the ones who are still, to this day, crushing it, and word of mouth is spreading about them, while simultaneously there are those who are dying and saying, why is my course that I filmed 10 years ago that I haven't updated and only has the education, the structure, and community, why is it dying? What's wrong with it? This is what is missing. And by the way, if you're still at this point struggling to come up with some done for you elements for your course or your business inside of Course Creator 360, as a part of all the education and content we give you, we also have some amazing AI tools that we've made that will help you to ideate and come up with the best done for you tools as they apply to your course and your business. But moving on to the fifth and final pillar that makes up an online course and is going to help you to succeed in 2025 is accountability. Accountability, put simply, is a way to transform ideas and theories into action. Again, people buy online courses not for the education, not for the done for you elements, not for all the features and bells and whistles and stuff that's included. They do not care and they did not buy your course to get those things. They bought a course from you because they are wanting an end result. And accountability is systems and tools and processes that we can implement as the course creator to get people to take action, because this is one of the biggest problems that you'll face in the online course world is, wow, people, again, going back to the college problem, even if they spend 6 figures to get a degree, many of them drop out, don't finish, or struggle to get jobs afterwards. This is a human problem. And so it goes without saying that the most valuable courses are the ones that help people to stay accountable, to take action, and to actually use what they purchased. So again, let me give you some real life examples of how we use accountability in our businesses. Number one is milestones and gamification. There's something to be said about us as humans really wanting to have some sort of progress tracking. And as we see ourselves progressing in the form of points or getting certain milestones and rewards, that keeps us accountable to ourselves. It helps us to keep moving along. Inside of Course Creator 360, we have a whole leaderboard and gamification feature that allows you to customize and design the entire process to help your students get the absolute most out of your course. Second, we also implements automated check-ins. Now, these are text messages and emails that are sent out based on certain points or milestones or inaction that's happening from our customers. Again, inside of Course Creator 360, I can send out a text message that says, hey, Stockton, you bought the course and you haven't logged in for 2 weeks. Like, what's going on? That small little nudge and level of accountability has made a massive difference for our completion rates, if those are important to you. But more than anything, it shows that, hey, I actually care about you using this course or this program, and I want you to start getting wins. So how are things going? And that starts the conversation and allows my team to see these text messages and emails on the back ends and jump in and help if needed. Third is progress tracking tools like the checklist I showed you. These can be apps or systems that help customers monitor their progress and stay on track. And the last three kind of obvious forms of accountability that we've deployed are accountability partners, group coaching calls, and one-on-one coaching calls. Now, these last three here, I would say almost always are usually exclusive to a high ticket program or something that you charge more for. Why? Because they're kind of hard to scale otherwise. If you don't charge for your own time or for group coaching calls or to pay other coaches to coach your students, then you're running a charity essentially, right? So normally people who want to pay more money to get that level, that next level of accountability are the ones who want group coaching calls, one-on-one calls, accountability partners, and so on. Now, again, 2016 compared to 2025, where does accountability fall into that? I would say that accountability accounted for about 5% of the game back then. Some people had it, some didn't. It didn't really matter in 2016. I'd say now it matters more, where I'd say it now makes up about 10%. Again, that's doubled. This fifth pillar of accountability really is kind of nuanced because it depends on what offer it's fitting into. Accountability has a lot more place in a high ticket offer as opposed to a automated do-it-yourself, low ticket or mid-ticket offer. But like I mentioned, there's a lot of ways that you can still deploy automated ways of creating accountability, or just giving people tools that help them to keep themselves accountable, or can also be peer accountability, which is pillar number 3, through support and community. However you make it accessible to get accountability, that is the 5th and final pillar that makes up a successful course business in 2025. And folks, that is how in the last 10 years, we have sold well over $25 million in online courses, in communities, coaching programs, memberships, any sort of digital online products. We have been applying these for years. My prediction and my kind of conclusion here for this video is that as the years go on, these 5 pillars will not change. What is going to change is the amounts of efforts and energy we should be investing in each of those pillars. It's my opinion that pillar number 4 and pillar number 5 are going to increasingly become more and more important, while structure and education become less important. It's never going to be not important at all though. Education, structure, support, and community are kind of the 3 core pillars that you're always going to have. It makes up kind of that keystone of the business as a whole. But pillar number 4, especially with the advent of AI, any of you can go out and create a custom GPT using ChatGPT. The amount of no-code solutions out there for you to develop a very small or quick micro software or micro SaaS is mind-boggling. No longer do you have to spend a year and a half, 2 years, 5 years developing a software from scratch or some sort of really amazing done-for-you element or tool and 6 figures of your life savings to build it, and you can make it in a weekend or an hour or 2 hours. To create these tools and these elements that are going to make the entire course business, your whole offer as a whole, 10 times more valuable. It's going to help you to charge more. It's going to create more word of mouth. People are going to love it. It's going to get your students more results. More results for your customers and students means more people coming back, sharing it with their friends, family, and more. And again, to wrap it up, it's why I think it is absolutely preposterous to say that online courses are dying. We are not even halfway up this wave right now. It is just continuing to get bigger and bigger. The ginormous displacements of higher education, formal education is being replaced by people like you and I who are creating online courses. And if you are looking to create, market, or sell your first online course, you're looking to scale an existing one, you can click below and join a 30-day free trial to our all-in-one platform, Course Creator 360, where we give you not only the tools, all the software to create, market, and sell your online course, but we give you all the education. We give you the structure. We give you the community, the supports, dozens of amazing done-for-you elements to create your curriculums, your funnels, your websites, your email copy, all the tech stuff you don't want to take care of. And of course, the accountability to make sure that you actually get your course launched, you find success, and you start monetizing your knowledge online. If you want to see myself practice what I preach, again, click below in the description, join a 30-day free trial. Otherwise, enjoy this free content on YouTube or over on my Instagram channel. Keep crushing it, go out and create, and we'll see you guys later.